What's going on in this video? Drawing dynamic poses from reference. I chose two more poses from Pinterest, and one is being a pose like a Spider-Man figure pose, and the first pose, which one I'm doing right now, is Zoro from One Piece. With these two poses, I decided to use two different methods for drawing them. The methods I do in my previous videos, but I decided to do two different ones for this video. And so with this first one, you see I'm starting to use more circular shapes for this pose. And it's kind of like, he's standing there or he's, sitting down with his legs crossed. And I wanted to kind of show that in this particular drawing. So I started out with kind of like the rib cage and circular for the waist. And I'm going in, adding the circles for the shoulders. And I'm kind of just working my way down towards his crossed legs. And I wanted to kind of show multiple different things going on. That's why he was holding the sword, his legs crossed, and always is in a kind of a front position to kind of make it a little bit easier. And I added the two lines for the chest just to kind of show where the chest is going to be. And now you see me working my way towards that hand, and the hand is kind of twisted, like it's twisting holding a sword, twisted like the opposite way. So I wanted to kind of show that also. Now, even though it kind of stretches all the way to the end, I think I'm gonna start using a bigger sketch pad, just because this is like a smaller sketch pad, and it kind of those little wireframes at the end of the book is kind of getting in the way of some of the pose. And I do have a bigger sketch pad. I rarely ever use it. Every once in a while, I'm gonna start using it in some future videos. That way I can kind of draw the pose out without trying to figure out where to squeeze everything in. But as far as where the arm is going out, it's still perfectly across. It's not really, I'm not trying to squeeze it. It's more like it fits, but just fits a little bit off the page. So I'm working all the shapes, adding in the shapes for the fingers. You see I'm working it in the same way I do before, where I'm just adding in each piece by piece, working in that hand clutching the handle of the sword. Trying to get that, that little twist, even though you can't really see the whole hand because it's kind of, from the front view, you can't really see the twist as much. But I guess when you add details to it, you'll start to look, close to it more. So right now I'm going to add in the other side, targeting some of the lines. Now I'm adding in the circles early. That way I kind of know where the knees are going to go. And also for me to be able to attach it. So I'll draw the knees first, and it makes it easy for me to attach those legs towards it, because you're overlapping the shapes anyway. And when you overlap the shapes over top of it, it's easy to measure out how far it is, and then start to connect the lines and connect the shapes to the other piece of the body. So right now I'm adding in the fists, circle for the knuckles. I'm kind of just working my way in, drawing it out. Adding in the little parts of the knuckles is going up on the back of the hand. Now you see me connecting the leg. I'm just taking the circle and I'm just drawing the line from that circle in. It's kind of a easy way for me to figure out, especially if you're doing cross legs, you're trying to figure out how to cross those legs. You can just draw the circle out and then just connect those lines from the circle going into the foot. It's like an easy way for me to do that. I think I've drawn a picture with Baki that has his legs crossed before, and I've used this same method. There's always different methods to do when you're drawing a pose in a certain position, because sometimes it may be easier to draw a pose, a certain way, doing a different technique or style to get that pose out. And you don't have to always draw with one technique to get those poses. You can use multiple techniques, because sometimes a different technique can create the pose better than a previous technique that you used before. That's why it's always good to look at different artists, different styles, and techniques that they use, and kind of adapt with that. I'm erasing the hand because the hand was a little bit too small, but I just enlarged it just a little bit, redoing the knuckles, darkening some of those lines, and darkening the little shoulder. Now with this one, I saw a Spider-Man pose and decided to pick one of those. And I saw this one with Miles Morales and decided to go ahead and use this one. I think there's one with him hanging on a building. I said, I'll draw that one, but I'll save it for later on. So now with this one, it was like a more of a challenging pose because Spider-Man, he's always doing these crazy bends, and his body is always anatomically bending in weird directions, and sometimes it'll bend further than a normal human can bend to get those good poses. I think Baki always also has fighting poses where he's all the fighters are bending their bodies in anatomically like past the limit of how the body bends, and it's a good way of drawing some good dynamic poses from those. So you see, I've drew the box because his body is leaned forward. So I'm just drawing the box according to how I see how his chest area is going and back area. And I'm kind of just drawing based off of that, and I'm just connecting the lines to show how it connects. So you see me, like the center where his neck, the back of his neck is going down the backside. So I'm kind of just showing that to show, hey, like, this is where the box goes, and that center line is right here. That way, when you start to fill in and those details, you know exactly where it's going to go. It's hard to always figure out where to place those things or those lines on the body when you're trying to figure the stuff like that out. But the more you draw it, the easier it is to, throw it down and figure it out. So right now I'm adding in the hands, I'm drawing in one of the fingers, the circles for the knuckles as I'm drawing the fingers off of that. Same as before, and the little cylinders, 3 cylinders for the fingers. Sometimes I may do 2 cylinders. It depends. I'm just drawing it quickly just to jot it down, because you know that each finger has 3 parts. So you kind of just, when you're in this phase, you're just drawing it quickly. That way you can just get it down real fast. So sometimes you may see me do 2 cylinders, but it depends on how the finger is bending. I'm adding in the arms kind of going down. I'm kind of just overlapping shapes. Same as before. Whenever I'm foreshortening shapes, I'm always overlapping the shapes. And typically I would add circles for the elbows, but in this case, since it's pretty foreshortened, I just kind of winged it by just drawing the big shapes and focused on just those. You don't have to draw circles for the elbows every single time. Especially if this is more like the laying out phase. You're laying everything out before you start to add in details and draw Spider-Man or any other character that's doing this pose. I'm adding the fingers. The fingers is coming out at you. So it's kind of like, you can kind of draw the cylinder method for having the finger come out towards the camera. Since he's like typically shooting his little web. I'm going there, adding the thumb. I'm drawing that circle for the knee, same as I did before when I did the Zoro piece. I drew that circle first, and I'm just connecting the lines from the circle back towards the body and back towards the foot, so I can kind of measure out, how far the foot is from the body, or how far the knee is from the body. Drawing the foot in. I'm just working my way to the other side. This one, I'm just bringing the leg down just a little bit to kind of see the angle of how far it's going to go. Then I add that circle in. Clicking the lines to that circle. This one I did it the opposite way. When I took the lines from the circle on the left side. This side, I get the lines from the waist all the way to the circle. Let's click all that, darkening all that out. But that's it for this video. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to hype it up, hit the like button, subscribe, and comment for anything else you want to see or whatever poses that I didn't do that you want to see. And take care.